How childhood emotional neglect shapes your adult relationships. Sometimes, the wounds you can't see are the ones controlling your love life. Now, let's explore this together in 6 parts, layer by layer, so you can truly understand how childhood emotional neglect shapes your adult relationships. Part 1. What childhood emotional neglect really is. When people hear childhood emotional neglect, they often imagine obvious pain, shouting, physical abuse, visible trauma. But emotional neglect is different. It's quiet, subtle, often invisible. It's not about what happened to you, it's about what never happened at all. It's when your caregivers didn't notice your feelings, didn't ask how you were really doing, or expected you to act mature before you were ready. Here's the thing, a child's emotional needs are just as important as food, shelter, and safety. If those needs go unmet, the child learns to cope by shutting them down. Imagine this. A little girl comes home from school, excited about something she drew. She holds it out to her parent, but they're distracted scrolling through their phone. No smile, no eye contact, no "tell me about it." Or imagine a boy upset because a friend excluded him. Instead of comfort, he hears, "Don't be so dramatic, you'll be fine." Moments like this may seem small, but they stack up. And over time, they teach the child 3 silent rules. 1. My feelings are inconvenient. 2. My emotions don't matter. 3. It's safer to keep it all inside. That's the seed of emotional neglect, growing quietly, shaping your emotional world before you even know it exists. Part 2. How it follows you into adulthood. Fast forward to adulthood, and those early lessons are still at work even if you don't realize it. You may be in a romantic relationship and yet you feel lonely. You may have friends but still feel unseen. Common patterns include choosing partners who are emotionally distant because that feels familiar, struggling to believe someone could truly see you and still stay, feeling uncomfortable when offered genuine emotional care because it feels overwhelming or too much. The brain is wired to find comfort in what it already knows, even if it's harmful. So, if emotional distance was your normal in childhood, closeness in adulthood might feel unsafe, even though it's exactly what you need. And it's not just about romantic love. Maybe you're the friend who listens but rarely shares. Maybe you keep conversations light, even when you're hurting inside. Maybe you feel invisible in a crowded room because you've never truly been emotionally seen. Part 3. The invisible behaviors. It creates emotional neglect, shapes your adult behavior in ways that feel natural to you because they're all you've ever known. You might overthink before sharing your feelings, afraid of being ignored. Downplay your needs so you're never seen as difficult or too much. Stay in one-sided relationships where you give and give, expecting little in return. Avoid asking for help because you learn to depend only on yourself. One overlooked effect is becoming highly tuned to other people's emotions while staying disconnected from your own. As a child, you may have thought, if I can sense their mood, I can protect myself. It's a survival skill, reading the room, managing other people's feelings. But in adulthood, it leaves you emotionally drained and chronically under-supported. Part 4. The deep emotional impact. The scars of emotional neglect are invisible but heavy. You may live with a constant emptiness you can't explain, shame for even having emotional needs, fear of vulnerability because letting someone in feels unsafe. Sometimes there's a silent, repeating thought in your mind. If I show my real self, will they still want me? This is why so many people settle for relationships that are good enough, nice on the outside, but emotionally hollow inside, because deep down, they don't believe they can have more. Or worse, they don't believe they deserve more. Part 5. The turning point. Healing starts with awareness. You can't change a pattern you don't see. And you can't blame yourself for survival skills you had to learn as a child. The shift begins when you start saying, my feelings matter. My needs are valid. The right people want to know the real me. At first, this feels unnatural. even wrong. But healing often feels uncomfortable before it feels safe. Practical steps might include naming your emotions out loud, even just to yourself, sharing small personal truths with someone you trust, setting boundaries with those who dismiss your feelings, choosing relationships where emotional openness is the norm, not the exception. Part 6. The reward of healing. Healing from emotional neglect is not instant, it's not a straight line, but it's worth every uncomfortable step. Each time you express your needs, each time you let yourself be supported, each time you choose someone who values emotional connection, you're rewriting your story. You start building relationships where you don't have to hide, shrink, or perform, where you're loved for who you are, not just for what you give. And slowly, emotional safety becomes your new normal, a home you never had in childhood, but one you've learned to create for yourself. Final words. You can't rewrite your childhood, but you can stop letting it dictate your adult relationships. Your future doesn't have to be a replay of your past. Step 1. Notice the patterns. Step 2. Choose differently, even when it feels strange, because what feels strange now can one day feel like home. If this felt personal, it's because you're not alone. I make videos that help you understand yourself, your patterns, and your worth. Subscribe to Udai Harshana Official, and let's heal together.